Who is it now? I'll go check.
I got up and walked through the door. I looked through the eye hole and saw an average height, healthy-looking man standing outside. He was a fireman. Thinking it might have been some emergency in the building, I answered the door.
Yes, is everything all right?
The man stared at me with a blank face.
I need to check your gas pipeline, part of a routine check for building safety.
Oh, so Mrs. Williams sent you?
Yes.
What's going on?
I heard Joy's voice. She came out and saw me talking to this fireman. I told her everything, and she told them, the firemen, that she will first contact Mrs. William for confirmation.
Hi, Mrs. William, it's Joy. Did you send someone for a routine gas pipe check?
Yes, just some casual formalities. He won't take long, though.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
We moved out of the door and let the man in. He didn't say anything, just gave us a weird smile. Joy and I went back to our room. We just waited for the man to get done and leave.
You know, Mrs. Williams sounded strange. What? Why do you say that? Her voice was odd. She even hiccuped and
I started laughing.
Come on, Joy. You're overthinking a small incident. The poor lady might not be feeling well. She is 76. Maybe you're right.
We started watching the movie again and kept hearing the sound of tools rattling in the kitchen. After a time, we got restless from the fireman taking so long and thinking about what to do when we heard him calling out to us.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Both of us walked fast, thinking finally he was about to leave. But as we stepped into the living room, we saw another man in the apartment dressed exactly like the fireman, locking our door from the inside.
I needed a little help here, so I called my partner.
Now, I could feel drops of sweat on my forehead. The man didn't even bother to ask for our permission before inviting another guy into our apartment. The second guy now looked at me. We locked eyes, and he grinned, flashing yellow teeth. A pungent smell of tobacco and cheap alcohol was coming from his clothes. Joy looked at me. She was scared as well.
How long would it take?
Just a few minutes more.
I stood there, having no clue. Joy started dialing back for Mrs. William when suddenly the second guy hiccuped and said,
Can I have some water, ma'am?
Joy grabbed my hand tightly. Her body was shaking. The call to Mrs. William kept on ringing and no one picked up.
It was him. He took the previous call pretending to be Mrs. William.
As soon as we realized what grave danger we have invited in, our lives flashed in front of our eyes.
Why don't you guys come tomorrow? We need to go out.
It won't take long, miss.
Yeah, we'll be done in no time.
Suddenly, they both lunged in our direction. The second fireman, who was taller and stronger built, went to grab me, and I turned around to run inside the bedroom. He got a tight hold of my hair. Still, I gave all my strength to pull away. He ripped a good patch of hair with skin and blood.
Run, Joy!
I screamed and ran. Joy was too stunned to move at first, but then she also turned back to run. I got inside the bedroom and Joy followed me. She was halfway in when both men pulled her from behind, and I had no choice but to close the door.
No! No! Leave me! Let me go, you jerks!
I could hear Joy's cry for help, and the two men grunted.
Tie her hands and gag her mouth. Her screams will get us in trouble.
I'm trying. The witch won't stop moving.
Help! Help! Help!
Hey, shut up. Shut your damn mouth.
That's when I heard a punch take place, and Joy's voice died down. I realized they had just knocked out my roommate, and now they were going to come for me. I dialed 911, and the operator picked up.
911, what's your emergency? We're getting attacked by these two men. They just hurt my friend, and now they're coming for me. Okay, don't worry, the cops will be at your location in no time. Just give me the address. It's 33 Rodeo Block, 12th Street. Please help us.
That's when the loud banging began.
Open the damn door, or we'll torture your friend so much that you will hear her pleading for death.
Open the door.
They were kicking and punching the door. At one point, I even thought they would break it down. I was scared, paranoid, and almost ready to jump out of the window, but I couldn't leave Joy.
They're trying to get in. I have to open the door, or they're going to kill my friend. Calm down. Listen to me. Do you see any sharp objects near you? I'm inside the bedroom. There's a bed, laptop, and pizza, that's all. All the knives are in the kitchen. Did you say pizza? Please do something!
The man stopped kicking on the door and threatened me one last time.
I will count to 3. If you do not open this door, I will start skinning your friend alive. 1.
What should I do? Pour the chili flakes on your palm and open the door. Don't give them any chance and just blow the flakes onto their faces. Remember, you have to be really quick.
2. You're getting on my nerves, you stupid witch.
Joy is Mexican, so she loves spices 10 times more than me. She would always ask for extra chili flakes whenever we ordered pizza, and thank God for that day too, she did the same. I tore the packs and grabbed a handful.
3. That's it. Your friends are going to die horribly, and you will be the reason why.
Wait!
I slowly walked to the door and opened it just a little. The tall fireman inserted his head in one hand from the gap, trying to push the door, but before he could do that, I smudged his face with chili flakes. Chili seeds went inside his eyes and nostrils. He could feel the heat burning his face.
Oh! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! What? What happened? It's burning!
The man fell on the floor, grabbing his face. He could barely see. The first guy panicked and tried to run away when I came out of my room, pushing him with all of my strength. He fell, and I sat on him and started rubbing his face with my chili flakes hand. I just didn't care anymore. I only wanted to teach him a lesson. Seeing me fight back, Joy too got back her lost courage. She was bleeding from her broken nose, but got up, gathering her remaining strength. She ran and opened the main door.
Help us! These men are trying to kill us!
One by one, she rang all the doorbells of the apartments on our floors, and the tenants came to our rescue. When the cops took those men away, their faces were unrecognizable. It was all red and swollen, and they could barely speak. The cops also found our landlord, Mrs. William, murdered in her ground floor apartment. Seems like these 2 robbers pretending to be firemen entered her apartment. They killed her and decided to go on with the robbery, invading every single apartment. To make things more believable, one even stayed at Mrs. Williams just to answer calls in case any tenants doubted them. Joy and I moved out to a girls' hostel within the month. I've never opened doors to strangers while being alone in my apartment ever since.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. If so, please leave a like. And also, a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you want to support this channel and make this channel reach the 1 million mark, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can change your mind later. Enjoy.
Hey, my name is Rob. I'm 21 years old, and unfortunately, like many other people's lives have dealt them an unfortunate turn, I have to take care of my 2 little brothers since our parents are no longer with us. It has been more than 2 years since the day they were involved in a tragic car accident that took their lives. That day, I had been asked to babysit my brothers. I didn't want to worry them, so I did my best to make them proud. What I didn't know was the one to be worried about was me. A drunk man hit them with his truck as they were coming back from dinner together. They died instantly. We have no other family, and I was adamantly opposed to them being orphaned and adopted. I couldn't imagine us being separated. Luckily, I had a very good freelance job and was able to support us and care for them at the same time. Besides, we were always a very wealthy family. Despite the tragedy, we were able to support ourselves as best we could. Luckily, in these 2 years my siblings helped me out a lot and even matured and grew up, but nothing could prepare them for what they were about to experience one hot summer night. To be honest, I consider it a miracle that I am here telling you this story, since there is no night where I don't wake up sweating, clutching my face, and wondering if this is a dream, since I feel that after what I lived through, I shouldn't be alive. To be exact, I can't say it happened one night. The days before that happened, something strange was happening. Every day I would wake up around 3 a.m. At first, I thought it was a coincidence, but after a week, I started to get scared. I'm not very Catholic, but I knew what that time meant. That was the time of the devil, the time when paranormal activity was strongest. Every time a thought like that came into my head, I would laugh. But when I woke up at that time, I would look around in fear and feel it. I'd feel like someone was watching me, like I wasn't alone. I would turn on the lights and there was nothing, so I would go back to sleep with difficulty. Every night went on like that until one day, something strange started to happen. That night I woke up at 3:32 a.m. My shock was much greater than the other times. This time I didn't wake up randomly. I heard a noise. I opened my eyes in agitation and began to explore my room. I could swear I saw something move, but when I turned on the light, there was nothing. Had my brothers played a joke on me? The next day, I questioned them.
No, it wasn't us. Oh, so it was you. I can very easily tell when you're lying. It wasn't us. Don't pay attention to him. He's playing with you. What do you mean by that? Oh, come on. We see you every night. We're too old to fall for that stuff.
At those words, my blood froze.
What do